My stress level is like down through the roof right now. I'm a tent pole right now. I'm a human tent pole. Doesn't help. That fucking wind noise has been like that for about 9:15 at night, and I'm still holding on to the tent for dear life. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Storm Agnes. I think I might be a little bit premature with that, but right now I'm walking up the Watkin Path, which is on the south side of Snowdon, and in about 6 hours time, that'll be about 3 o'clock this afternoon, the weather forecast is for howling winds to come in, and by around 7 o'clock this evening, it's reportedly going to be around 90, maybe even more than 90 miles an hour on the summit. So I'm going to make my way up the Watkin Path and find myself a nice little spot to pitch my tent. Once I've got everything set up, I'm going to chill out for a few hours. I might even have a little nap, catch up on some lost sleep, and then later on this afternoon I'm going to take a bumble up to the summit, see what the weather is like up there, and come back down and spend the night in my tent in the storm. Wow, that rain rolled in pretty quickly, literally 5 minutes after I last spoke to you, and the heavens have opened, but as of yet no wind, but it's on the way. That's the Watkin Path. Just on the other side here there's a big depression in there with an elevated bit here. It looks flat, it's quite shielded. I'd love to know what you guys and girls think. Do you think that's a good spot to pitch? Right, I've had a hunt around. That space where I showed you earlier is really nice, but it's a little bit boggy down there. So I've just gone a little bit further up and I found this place right here. Less wind down there, but it's going to get a little bit boggy, I think. The wind's coming over from that direction, so this crest will protect me from the worst of it. Okay, the tent is up, have a look. So this is the OEX Fox 2 tent, nice and cheap, £70 tent. It's not a 4-season tent, obviously, but there's a few things I like about this tent. Got a low profile at the front, the wind is coming in this direction, have a look, it's really low. The outer nearly touches the ground. I nearly bought my 4-season tent, which is much taller and more rigid, but I was worried the extra height would just be a problem with the wind. You know it's going to be a good day when I've opened my tent out and I found an instant hot chocolate that I lost here last time. I think this is going to be a good omen here. Well, this is pretty much it. Got my thermarest, gonna have sleeping bag on here, pillow on here, rucksack on here, food and bits and bobs there, my shoes in the corner. Would you like a fruit pastel? Look at the cloud whipping up. Righty, I'm going to take advantage of that little break in the cloud and see how far I can get up the Watkin Path towards the summit of Snowdon. And it is seriously windy out here. Near the top of the Watkin Path where it meets the South Ridge, notorious place for where the wind wells over. Woo! This is the worst bit where the wind whips up. If you get round the corner, I might be alright. Yeah, I thought so. Gone round the corner. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I can stand up now. I'm gonna go for the summit stone. Got to do the summit stone. crawl up there if I have to. I'm gonna make a run for it. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Touched. I bet that's the quickest touch of that summit stone that you've ever seen. I didn't want to hang around up there. I'm absolutely shattered. That wind has really taken it out of me. It's too windy to stand up. Crouching down, it makes it a little bit easier. My hat kept blowing off. I've done it up so tight it's hurting my head. Okay. Crouch down for a minute. Okay, little lull. Hope that my tent is still there and hasn't blown away. That would not be good. I'm about 5 minutes away from my tent. I can see it. It's still standing. Alarmingly, there are 3 or 4 sheep congregating around my tent. So I really hope that they're not helping themselves to my Tesco digestive biscuits that I've been craving ever since I left the tent. Whoa. Woo. This is the windy bit, the final windy bit. Have a look. Woo. The wind's just whipping along, look. I'm just gonna fucking go for it. Excuse my language. I'm just gonna have to go for it. I'll crouch down. Very, very pleased to be seeing this tent, although it looks like one of my guy ropes has snapped. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's okay, I can fix that. I'm back in my tent and I'm bone dry. I think I was so lucky to go out in that little weather window because it was really windy and the cloud was bubbling around, but it didn't pour down with rain. You can probably hear now I've been in the tent for less than 15 minutes and it's raining outside, so really lucky with that. You hear that rain. So how's your evening going, folks? Here's mine. Something else, isn't it? Look at that. Right guys, so when I was on the summit, I downloaded the latest weather report. The direction of the wind is changing slightly, so it was directly from the south. It's now south-southwest, then becoming southwest. So that ridge that I showed you earlier that's offering my tent quite a bit of protection from the winds are going to start sort of curling around the side of that a little bit, so I'm not going to get the same protection that I was earlier in the day. I've got my emergency shelter to hand, so if this thing does blow over or it does rip open, I reckon I can get my stuff packed up reasonably quickly, just shove it all in a bag and get in here and go and find somewhere to hide. Being honest here, I'm a little bit worried about the change of direction in the wind. Roll on 10 o'clock, dude. I really want to get some sleep, hey, I'm so tired. No way I can sleep in here. No way. Right guys, it's about 7:15. Well, this is it. This is the worst of it according to the forecast. On the summit, 90 odd mile an hour. I'm not sure what it is down here. Certainly gusting like crazy. And as you can see, the tent is just about holding together, but I'm having to wedge my knee up on one side just to stop the wind bending the material in, and every now and again I'm just putting my arm up on there when we get a really strong gust of wind. Apart from that, I'm doing all right. according to the weather forecast, probably got about another hour of this and then it might ease off. That is a really, really harsh wind. This is brutal, absolutely brutal. I'm literally just, I am a tent pole right now. I'm a human tent pole. So I'm still holding on to the poles, but I tell you what's really freaking me out is the fact that the wind has changed direction and it's making completely different noises to what it was before. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Well, it's 9 o'clock. According to the weather forecast when I last checked, it should be easing off about now. And it's not. Hey, good morning everyone. Oh, what a night that was, hey? Wow. In the end I had to move my bed onto the other side of the tent so I could just lean against this side to stop this pole from bending in. It was really, really windy last night. I don't know if it would have snapped, but it was just so windy I didn't want to take the chance. I mean, it's quite robust. The tent in general seems fairly robust, but I just didn't want to risk it snapping and being stranded up here in the middle of the night in a broken tent. So I think it was about midnight last night that the wind sort of noticeably eased off and the gusts became sort of weaker and fewer. As for the tent, the zipper on this side failed in the night and just shot straight up. So I had to go out and fix that in the middle of the night. And oh, you know what it's like trying to fix a zipper. It's all come loose and fallen apart, and that was, oh, that was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then, I don't know if you can see this, I'll show you this. At the bottom of the tent, I don't know how well you can see that, you've got a vent hole there. And there's a flap on the outside, and I think the guy rope has failed. And water's come in, and I had my boots at the bottom of that tent. Oh, I'm gonna go outside and have a look at the tent and see what it looks like from the outside, but I'm really not looking forward to putting my feet in a wet boot. So. But other than that, I managed to get a bit of sleep last night. It was broken sleep all through the night, you know, sleeping for 10-15 minutes and then waking up and then repeating that through the night. But it was okay, it was okay. It's really misty outside, still quite windy. I'm not really looking forward to packing the tent up and having to trudge all the way down the Watkin Path in this wind. And it's been raining as well, so I might just chill out for another hour. I think the wind is going to ease a little bit more late morning, so I might even just linger around here a little bit longer and just wait until it eases a bit. There's a tent behind me. So, with all that wind last night, all I had was the issue with the zipper coming up, up the top, and this guy rope has loosened off. I'll sort that out in a minute. That's it. It's obviously stretched a little bit and made its way loose and stuff like that. That was quite taut yesterday. Guy ropes have loosened off a bit on the back. That, not bad considering the amount of wind that was hitting that last night. I'm all packed up, as you can see, and gonna make my way down the Watkin Path back to the car. Hi there guys, so I've made my way down to the lower section of the Watkin Path. You can probably see the waterfalls over my left shoulder. So that's been a fantastic day. Look, I hope that you've enjoyed the footage. If you have, you know what you need to do. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.